Let's Grow Kids is done, but the work it did to get the state to invest in child care appears to be paying off. Allison Novak at 7 Days are digging into the data. First, what was spent and how many child care slots have been created?
So Let's Grow Kids started in 2015, and it launched a 10-year campaign to transform the childcare system, which was too expensive for families and also didn't make financial sense to providers. It started as a public advocacy campaign, kind of to raise awareness about the issue, but ultimately Let's Grow Kids pushed for the passage of Act 76, which was a law passed in 2023 that invested an additional $125 million annually into the childcare system. And since that time, there's been about 1,700 new slots created for children.
So seemingly successful, expensive, but successful. So why did Let's Grow Kids go away? And do they serve any function at all now?
So Allie Richards, who served as the executive director of Let's Grow Kids, told me that this was really a time-bound campaign, and that was a secret to its success. So they gave themselves 10 years. It established a sense of urgency. It helped with fundraising. And they essentially said, you know, we're going to do this, we're going to accomplish this mission within 10 years. They passed Act 76, and they kind of worked for the past couple years to make sure that it was being rolled out well. And now they're ready to disband like they said they would in 2015. They have an organization called Let's Grow Kids Action Network that is stepping up in the absence of Let's Grow Kids. It's a 3-person office, whereas Let's Grow Kids at its height had 35 employees. So a much smaller scale operation that will continue to advocate for childcare in the legislature, as well as try to elect legislators that they call child care champions who are committed to the issue.
Got it. Now, what about the families? Are they feeling a lighter financial burden because of Act 76 and the child care slots it created?
Yeah, it's not just the child care slots. So Act 76 really increased the number of families that are eligible for a subsidy, state subsidy for childcare, and not just low-income families, but middle-income families. So families making up to $248,000 a year qualify for a partial subsidy, depending on the size of their family. And so I talked to one family in particular who said, you know, we were able to have a third child because we knew the subsidy would be there for us. And, you know, so I think it is affecting families' decisions around having more kids, that kind of thing. So it does seem to really be having those personal effects.
Got it. So how long does the funding for Act 76 continue?
So the funding, which is, like I said, $125 million annually, is mostly through a payroll tax, a 0.44% payroll tax, and that will continue in perpetuity until it is changed in legislation. There is also a general fund contribution, and advocates are a little bit worried that that money will perhaps is at risk of being clawed back when the legislature reconvenes, and you know there's a lot of different priorities, but they will be working hard to ensure that that money stays in childcare.
Your story's out in 7 days now. Allison Novak, thank you. Be well.
Thanks for having me.